Michiati Funyana Omuti, first of all. Fiifi, yade to me, Eshe President
Asempa FM.
Say, on your President of Ghana, in 7th January 2017, in 7th January 2021. Inti, from that time, now, January 2021, governance, no, I was say a cost. There is no way governance has to come to an end merely because after 3 months na that's all election. Inti ejumano ogusu eye se na wo kan no na inti na all commission the projects no and na nyoma eda ye nimu so se e wo se ye koso ye no so no wa hyase eye den eye eno no is not to say afena ye nyoma no, that is not the case. Now, okay, say President Mahama will lose election till December 7 cry at 2 baby will lose election. All called. Now Ogusu Yenyoma. Yeah, can I say they was in the mandate in
in fact, he actually appointed the Auditor General after that.
Apart from that, NCCE. Worst of all, 26th December.
Shraj is one of them as well.
Say no crack. Now, but more importantly, 26th December. Ena or handy over hini bauxite deposits nyina de man bra Ibrahim Mahama. Intino
the brother company, engineers and plan.
Oh, master. I mean, if the company is for his brother, it is basically his brother that he handed over.
Well, the company has a different personality.
Well, into whatever you can say. But the point I'm making to you, no, say, Fiifi, say it shows, say he showed us to say governance has to run until 7th January. Until we lose election, no crowd, you were still signing documents, making appointments, and handing over bauxite resources to Obra. Intino Obia or no, he's going and giving water to people, commissioning houses of chiefs, cutting source for the construction of houses of chiefs. So houses of chiefs, so regions, how many years in it? Into regional administrations near yes. So all of the projects and structures in Bema regions here are fully operational. Still are and that is what the president is doing. But Chereze Ebia or winning votes and now say no, that is not the case. It should just so she said he's in charge, he's still running the business of the state. Ogusu Eyenejum.
But maybe for the same question, so Ken. Osha, yes. Nanado a commission project or Carter sword, and it is happening at a time every 4 years. But you better me equating to what was happening under NDC because John Mahama was not just coming in from 2013 to 2016. He was vice president, and some of the projects were initiated by former President Mills. One of the projects was the University of Ghana Medical Center. Ebinimu is the MPP intumi responded to sir and some more can and for which reason people are buying into it. So maybe in terms of a new NDC they've done better than Nanaku for the Jawai Magana.
Oh, interesting. Mentesa argument to be crowded. Sir, you see, you have to compare Akufo-Addo's one term. To NDC, not Mahama. NDC's 2 terms. Akufo-Addo's 1 term. Now, who compensates what? Akufo-Addo has done about 500% better than the 2 terms of NDC.
Only restricted it to just 1 term of
no. All restricting the Mahama. Oba rendered useless crowd.
Asempa FM.
Because he didn't do anything. So you have to compare the 8 years of NDC to Akufo-Addo's 4 years.
But say you want to compare oranges with watermelon.
Why not?
Because 8 years, 4 years, there's no new.
Yeah, but Niemanu easy to compare. And they say, Nipa no about 4 years. A new man wayen. A bro, almost 8 years or so. This other man crying
of course.
You know. Look, let me tell you. We cried for PNDC for come. PNDC, NDC. Oma Breso, Ena, Dako Farms, Kumasi. eguye. Mekaipa, one of my trips to Ghana, Nadako Farms assigned contract with Tyson's Food in America. Yeah, I was here and I observed the ceremony. Osha Obiti said, Asamoah and Yamwa poultry in Kumasi or Ashanti region. 8 years of NDC in Mills and Mahama. That's our companies. Potting here agro poultry farm, not a good. Osha companies are not a good under NDC. And then MPP Abreso. 28 new companies. And a complete year in operation. Did you hear 8 years of NDC? 28 new companies working? If it's true, then again, graduate unemployed association. Again, 48 of companies are PNDC, NDC. Ebegu no. 48 of them. NPP Asomasin and is working today.
The criticism of South Assembly say, well, when you company for fraud, into MPP into take credit for South companies.
MPP take credit here. Say you also a good no. Then you also have to take credit. Say what bresu no good. Then you also have to take credit. Say what bresu a buy and a companies no good. Untimi take credit. Aye den and a buy a good. Na obi and ebe ni. So 76 companies are working. In all, companies within the 3 years are starting young completing 232. Look, be serious. If PNDC time, when you are 232 companies, first NDC time, 232 companies, second NDC, 232 companies, the third NDC, 232 companies. The fourth NDC, 232 companies. How many companies? How many companies? Around 930 something companies. If Obia yet to send you a Kufuadwa, can you imagine if you have 930 companies in existence in a country with a population of a labor force of 14 million? What would have happened? And Kabenya graduate unemployed association. So let's be serious. That is why I'm saying that a Juma Ekufuadwa year in 4 years.
Asempa
You can
FM.
compare it to NDC for me can to me. Say me calculating me who say opa can open because PNDC, NDC 1, NDC 2, NDC 3, NDC 4 did not, and I repeat, did not create 232 companies. But 4 years of a Kufuad, 3.5, in fact, 3 years because COVID did it here. The whole world economy has collapsed. About the time near 40, say 4 years. 232 companies, my brother. That is why I'm saying compare Akufuado's one term to Mills and Mahama, NDC, and Sana, and Ukrano. Akufuado will beat you on 500%. My brother, let me go to page 19 of the NDC manifesto. Now, almost first, you will see the result of the current model during the last 4 years at the micro level have been hardship, sprawling cost of living, high unemployment, massive job losses, and a generally harsh economic climate. NDC manifesto. I want to take it one by one for you to see. Is this statement true or false?
What is your assessment?
Completely false. Because the first, we inherited interest rate of 36%. we've been able to bring it down to 23%. 23%, you know, the woman say 13% difference, you know, is your capital that you can inject into the business.
So now so compare N to 4 years ago.
I mean, breaking it down, view. And this year, so kwaji besia waha, sidi waha, in sihuni eduasensia. In all, 136. So in effect, sika odi yajuman is 64.
Yeah, can a bank there?
Right. Now, aya Akufo-Addo apreso. So kwaji loan waha, sidi waha, interest no. Aya aduonu miensa 23 cedis, which is the 23%. 23%. So compare Akufo-Addo aban interest rate or the businessman. Now to compare Mahama, the difference is 13 cedis. So if NDC is 64, MPP is 77. It is only 64 cedis. Juma umfaso the same you know hypothesis near you 64 cedis you know and faso the is it the same as 77 cedis? So in short, it means Akufo-Addo abreso who ya juma high na umfaso no esu chain Mahama abreso because interest rate has gone down by 13% difference. Although comparatively to the world advanced, you know, it's still very high. But in a blind man's world, one eye man is a king. Into the two governments in this country, in India, Akufo-Addo has saved it. Look, inflation. Inflation was 17% when we took over. Last year, even beginning of this year, by February, now 7.5%. What it means is that, sir, inflation is 17%. What they are they wearing in a basket? Bodiani, Banchini, Ebroni. What you say? And the tomatoes. The price of these items, and I'm saying inflation is 17%. You know, you are not able to plan, sir. In the next 2-3 years, 2 weeks, a cycle 18%, and I say a cycle 19%. And you hedge yourself around the 19. Who hedge you around the 19? Now prices are going up. So if inflation is higher, and my prices and so cost.
The abundance answer will be away Juma.
Planning.
Okay.
But with 7.5%, you are able to plan. Say, give and take across Rukra in the next year, about year 9. Typical example is under the COVID. The whole world's economy are grounded to a halt. And then I was listening to news and I just say, America, because he used the word eclipse. That's the word they use for American economy. They've pumped in trillions of dollars. We don't have that money. We don't have it. And so Nyamino Kase. And now, inflation, COVID intino. Sanya a man year good, no. From 7.5 no, equal 11.2. Even this August, it has come down again to 10.5. But Sadiana 17 and Canada call about 23. 23 no will let prices go up. So and I'm saying 7.5, a core 11.2 grand. People didn't feel the price change in items. This is how you run economy.
Asempa FM.
So where on earth would they say there was hardship? Consistently, and then our exports exceeds imports. And Nyama, ya Ghana, Adiko Amanoni, especially the West African countries, you know. Native the body, tomatoes, and the coffee free Cote d'Ivoire, Nina, ya stop. Tomato factories here and there. What you say? Into your export, you know. We've been able to cut importation of rice by 50%. Do you know how much we are spending importing rice into this country? I was saying, Nekasa di Ropa was starting here on one flour or the year brudo, croissant, chips. What it means is that if you get about 4 or 5 of such companies, importation of flour will also go down. I've seen Ayuha, Alan, Eka Huasem, Sa company. They can also go into maize flour. When we begin to grow our local industries now, it means importation. Therefore, you see, you know.
Wrap up on
Good. You see, you know, that more upon more.
Minister,
so also not good mood. Major Biamano. Enti, Ube who say, factories no a door society, sending Kamika say, NDC for a proactive. And among years, he can't go Brushe, nobody a draw her. And can we have over 900 and something factories in this country? Employment, you know, and Quebec.
So for you are also say Yebeka say Nanado, even though we 4 years, but you are comparing the record to the 8 years of John Mahama.
But it's they say maybe Bonan me who say also here NDC 1, NDC 2, NDC 3, NDC 4. So it's 16 years
Asempa FM.
Against Nanado record.
Against Nanado. And still Nanado will be them.
But I think sure who Nanado is and who John Mahama is. But I'll make kind of to be enough about most of us. Money in your pocket. This is John Mahama in 2016, October. It says no president will put money in your pocket. That's John Mahama. If you can check this on CTFM online. I can't go around to put money in your pocket. That's John Mahama, CTFM. And that's April 2016. I will fill your pocket in my second term, John Mahama. That is 2016, December, during elections. In terms of job creation, this is John Mahama. I'm not a magician. Mahama tells unemployed graduates. And you can find this on Modern Ghana online. I'm seeking re-election to provide jobs for the youth. This is John Mahama talking to us now. Number of jobs created. I will create 3 million jobs in my second term. That's John Mahama. And you can find this on Ghana Web. 1 million jobs will be created over the next 4 years. This is John Mahama still talking. Just within a period of few months. And you can find this on My Joy online. On free SHS. Free senior high school education policy is a ploy. That's John Mahama. And you can find this on graphiconline.com. I started free SHS in 2015 and 2016. This is John Mahama. Comparing records, John Mahama. Don't compare NDC MPP records. Comparing governance records is a sign of mediocrity, says NDC's John Mahama. ModernGhanaOnline.com, you can find us. Mahama challenges President Akufo-Addo to infrastructure debate. This is John Mahama now. But he says comparing records is a size in mediocrity. On freebies, you don't develop a nation with freebies, create jobs. Mahama to
Asempa
Akufo-Addo.
FM.
And Mahama says, and this you can find on Ghana Web, and John Mahama says, free primary health care for all. What kind of person is John Mahama? And so, can be a premium bank, and I was here to so. Alaji.
Fifi, assembly na and our can. But ansana mpose meba inconsistencies no so. Baby a honorable Kennedy Japan. Ede assembly see no mpese me twaso from there kakran sana maba even the inconsistencies no.
Okay,
because first of all I can foresee aye bida and your friend aye boaf. That's number one say. Number two you see se kwatre kwase obema ontoma bisani din eno na honorable Kennedy Japan kase say uni credibility because the difference in say for the first time no your former president or no so den contest so your record you bet me dia compare bisa say oh yeah president no den na oh yeah ansa na ye de hu say obetimi aye den aye bio eno ne aye bi da ene friend no aye boafo no wo hwe omo 2012 manifesto and 2012 manifesto no you're tracking in over almost 300 promises.
Yeah, we'll get into this.
Yeah, because we are talking about credibility.
Credibility.
So if you say, and Honorable Kennedy Ajapo was saying, on terms of economy, and this any credibility biara on running economy.
So give us examples.
So for example, 2012 manifesto, item 1, or say we shall achieve an average GDP growth rate of 8% per annum.
Okay.
Omukona growth rate is saying 3.6.
They argue so well under Mills.
Asempa FM.
You to me achieve 14%, and that's a record.
It was the oil that was discovered by Kufuor.
Exactly.
Almost 32 years.
Almost 32 oil.
It was one off.
And it
Yes,
was one
it
off.
was one off.
One off. And then dip the country down. So an average GDP growth rate of 8% per annum. Amaso. Achieve a single digit rate of inflation. Honorable Ken, Eka inflation rate Omudija MPP. Nearly 16% inflation rate. Fail. Me, I'm just talking about 2012 manifesto, no, the first 10 items. So GDP growth of 8%. Fail. Achieve a single digit rate of inflation. Fail. Achieve an overall budget deficit equivalent to 5% of GDP. Fail. Achieve gross international reserves of not less than 4 months of imports. Fail. Monetary policy will continue to emphasize low and stable inflation. Honorable Kennedy Ajapo account on inflation rates. Fail. Implement pragmatic policies that will encourage banks to reduce their lending rates and make waka lending rate. Fail. Ensuring transparent, effective, and efficient natural resource revenue management, including oil and gas revenue management. Fail. Providing tax incentives for investments in strategic business. Fail. So, bibiara okase obeyeno. Wait me anye. Inti on what basis? Let me make it simple. Me who say Honorable Kennedy Ajapo or breaky nyoma in so let me also come simple. I say President Akufo-Addo or the candidate Mahama or mo pay jumaye. And a yen citizens no, yen na ye employers no, and ye be mo juma no. Anameboa. Fifi uko pay juma biara. The first thing you catch us kofa o CV bra.
The wire.
Exactly. Asempa hano obana o kase o pay juma o ha. Ombeka se kofa o CV bra. Nti be kwa kofa o record on at Oman FM the wire now the aba ni ahwe. Nti ye po
Asempa FM.
President Akufo-Addo ni candidate Mahama omo CVs ene ye be den ye be hwe. Na president ni CV ni de he.
Okay.
Ni CV no ene ne achievements ene ne wire da. Eno ne ye be hwe so e de aye den e de ato abama no.
In fact, that's what I want us to go into.
Yes.
By first looking at the credibility of the candidates, and we'll go into the CVs of these two candidates.
Okay. So credibility no e ka ho na make catch say uni credibility.
And of course, credibility is part of your CV.
Exactly. Because say you sake wo free baby a station radio station na wona. The baby say e dey nti ne sake wo. Nti President Mahama ofeli no e me pamu no figa na ekonwa so. Because now only 2 terms. When you want term no seek re-election.
Yeah.
Nti yes ye pamu no. And ye pamu no with the heaviest defeater President Bia Asofada e wo man mu ha. E dey nti ne ye defeat no. Ye defeat no because first of all about money firm. Baby a President Kufuor de oman ni siye aye free IMF programming so no. Okay say oko senchi. Ekoye senchi consensus no. Ojina hoka say we are doing a homegrown economic
policy, yeah.
The next day Ojani call IMF. The economy no share IMF. So it means that the previous day
or yes to gain credibility.
Credibility says saying yeah independent sovereign nation yeah dear. Why say obi enebe guarantee your credibility of the
because at the time we did not have credibility.
Then that's a self-indictment. That's the point that I'm making to you. Say no nka ye kase obi a obepa be pray omanpanyi anko no onye den onbe pre bi biomda because we fail. You fail big time and near ukaya no na me person me baso no.
Okay.
Masa, leadership is about vision and focus. 2 things. O vision ne day, o botaye ne day, o daye so ne day.
Asempa FM.
Wono ene o say wo hu ne video a making rounds. Say sia o ka 2016 say let us not let anybody deceive us say free SHS ebetimi abaso na all over the African continent obi a why free SHS bia o man no abo we cannot do free SHS or say in Brofo, say at the whim of a desperate politician. Free SHS. And then we say Obi Obeka say me ba make free SHS mu be our head obwa. Fifi, the problem ne say uni GDA e wo bibi mu a. Untimi nya no mani nye ye da. Ye National Health Insurance scheme no. Me sure say that now honorable Ken wa parliament say maybe I'm a boy Obeka.
Yeah, no
NDC e walk out of the parliament. Were they part of the passage of National Health Insurance? They were not. They walked out. Almost say omu indi ade ni indi.
Even Ghana oil cry you discover PA. Almost say a crazy
gas.
Kubanwa.
And
ama be you do.
Inti omanye na ye de ade ne share wo monsa no. Ekosi say e boye. Inti ye ka kire Ghana for say obiara unyi bibindi no. Oye na enyi ye. There's no way a wo ehunimdie a obetimi ayeden. Organize it. So we are saying, say, on the basis of credibility, no, George Mahama to start with, no, nka ye shortlist here, nka no nka ni cross or cross it shortlist, and Pona and Sana will do stage here. Ye be decide say ye be to ama on Akufo-Addo. No, he doesn't even have to pass the shortlist.
But he has said, say, well, we're showing the lessons. And
Ghana na de to chacha sa. Baby Edru.
When yin to mu say
Yes.
and your man be obey president. Nank yehwehwe obey went to me anya no. Okotina chi no. Afi obu nkompa will say, well, probably I could have done it better. And in this time round, nank on you free SHS ni because of you say ukra $2 million
Asempa FM.
$2 million 2 billion
2 billion, or 2 billion.
2 billion cedis. You don't invest it in just one policy.
Yes.
Maybe now we are doing when we say, oh, after all, you can do it, and it is a good idea. So we should give him the opportunity.
Okay. Minya. So let's even assume, say, we're the mistakes. Let's list some of the mistakes. First of all, I was saying, mistakes are, or see, why, yeah, or person or correct, you know. Because first of all,
I think too far asked him to do that.
Exactly. Confess here. Bisa Christians and any Muslim if one on back.
Count Bonnie.
And first of all, yes, also count Bonnie, actually, Otumfo Nyankopon. Waka say, my ye boni way. Facha me ansana wapacho inti boni bena or say and answer mistakes bena or say or yeah or person or correct no. If we are to go by me or say me maintain the free SHS, me maintain the teachers allowance, me maintain the a friend say nurses allowance, me maintain the way, me maintain the Akufo-Addo and also babe maintaining na, which means that then on what basis are you coming into office? Because senior Debia Mekano, we are not looking for a maintenance officer. We are looking for a president. Young advertising for maintenance also about maintaining your. Yes, you can see a probia or be a maintenance officer. Ye probia or ye president or visioner or bit me assessor or mine.
But what Jatumo say, yes, and Yamana Moye no. Yeah. But he's also saying, say, it can obey maintaining, yeah, all right. But he will do it better. For example, he says, well, free SHS. Now, he's not going by the initial position, say, oh, free SHS, and yet a bit money are there. What Jatumo say, yeah. But also, for example, double track, MPPD, human, and yet, well, it has been conflicting way of doing it from Omanka to Omonko for. But they say they will abolish it.
Exactly. Fifi,
No, I even had three colors. I was wondering which one was the third color.
You know, because Fifi, say they be American university. Tamana yenyewo university no. Na ye that single room on me room will cancel for her room 209. Na me kwa na me dem. Say me call anipa for the dem. The same room na me kwa me dem no. Say yenyewo university na obiako university kro. Say university omo rani quadruple track. Not double, quadruple. Anameboa. Okay. Quadruple regular.
Evening school, weekend school, sandwich.
In fact, abroad.
Yeah.
Quadruple.
And then you have distance learning. Yeah,
exactly.
5.
Argentina universities no running a quadruple wine systems. No. It's because population is now increasing. America, me share the name America education, but me say America, omo fall intake and omo spring intake every year. A double track in America. Until once our populations are increasing in there, double track no a logical consequence of the increase.
In fact,
it is a abolish double tracker you are indirectly telling the Ghanaian people, say, "Oh, abolish free SHS."
One renowned
Because-
Ghanaian education
yes.
is the Ashasi University, Nura.
Yes.
On the crowd, I'll say
Patrick Ewa.
Patrick Ewa. I'll say on TSC, say I will see a school then see what. Your co school 7 months.
Exactly.
5 months next school then see what you're fine. It's double track is a better way of even managing your sick idea kwakusi school then.
Absolutely. It's just logical. Afi one say you know, omakoye manifest na wi a omabetena studios mu a afi ye put omo to the critical test to show how they are going to abolish double track. No one say afi there omo to papa so. Omo hu say no be because January in the unlikely events that we in January obeka say we abolish track which means what? Nkwala ni nyina embegu one classroom na ebi ngina abonten and I say oh be ye ni.
I'm so basic school then be.
But say no
To
yes
compensate.
I abolish it. Fifi me school me call ye O levels Boku secondary school. Se sia Fred Boku Sec headmaster obeka say he has been taken off double track.
Okay.
And it's not just Boku secondary school only. Se sia me no kaze Boku Sec just went off double track
Because
almost see more classrooms abama say the classrooms are there so everybody can come in one track. Into yen say double track no already we are abolishing it. It is being abolished gradually. Inti ukase o ba abolishing double tracker as your contribution to free SHS. They are we and did that. We had already said even from the beginning say double track no maximum a 5-year lifespan. Within 5 years, projects are across the country.
But how do you feel? Because Makai manifesto ni kakra, and the sector me if you check about 80% of the promises are a NDC manifesto ni mono. Already koso. And it happens in other sectors. Of course, one of the things Makan, the NDC is on fighting for army way in Cocoa sector. There's nothing like for army way in Cocoa sector. It doesn't exist. For army when only serious.
Yes, maize near
the but so the NDC manifesto they've indicated that they'll fight for army when in Cocoa sector. It does not exist. But most of the things they talked about are things that already know.
MPP.
One to do database of farmers. It's all ongoing. They will do pension scheme. In fact, pension scheme will be launched 1st October this year. A number of them. So what's next? As a woman say, maintain. What does it tell you?
What it tells me is that omuni ideas. They have absolutely no idea how to run a country. Last one, I made one son, Honorable Ken Abebu.
Asempa FM.
Zongo Development Fund. What's your
Who
manifesto?
says card? John Mama say who says card?
Wow, backyard. Oh, stadium. You see what
Medina,
Zongo.
yeah.
It been seen anywhere in this country. No.
It's surprising
has
because
those kinds of facilities.
say if you look at talents, say and you create the opportunity to develop it. But if you say a park that they are board that
So-
we should not give them park papa now get me a more food room.
And the only thing Zongo people want is to be able to go to school, unquote. Okay. When you say Zongo for school now, we all man pay you know a day now to facilitate Zongo people to go to school. But I will tell you what we have done. Kaneno, you be a schooler. Muslim for be my friend of Fiifi Boafo. I'm sure say by now Ken what Fiifi Boafo. Fiifi Boafo means
In fact, Obeko sorry and Kabeko Kremu because it's more.
Fiifi Boafo, for the sake of God. I will translate it into English.
Okay.
Otumfo Nyankopɔn. I say mumma ye sika Nyankopɔn. Inti every time be ane ye Fiifi Boafo ewo masalachi. Eji sika ansa na nkwala wo Zongo akọ secondary school. Every month you go around and ask. Every month be ane mo ye Fiifi Boafo. Say koshe Fiifi Boafo for school no.
I see.
Nobody does Fiifi Boafo for school fees again in any Zongo community in this country. So if you say Zongo for person omuko school, I am telling you say Yakufado anamo mako school. Uko Konongu Zongo, Taolong Zongo, all these Zongo communities are YCC classroom block, KJ Zongo, everywhere YCC facilities. Uko Umaria JSS ewo Bolgatanga, uko Saidia JSS ewo Boko, uko Basins JSS ewo Navrongo. All these modern computer ICT laboratories.
Asempa
Zongo
FM.
Development Fund, SCC everywhere. for the first time, Zongo children are able to learn computer and learn computer skills. Now, your mama, 40 Zongo youth, Cuba, Cecia, Omoye medicine. For the first time,
Ombe doctors.
Omobe doctors, Abe Boa Zongo communities, So if you are telling us, say, school na Zongo for so Omokwa, and then now we Number 2, say what your manifesto say Oba District Assembly Common Fund, and now Ube Chim, EDB, Edia Zongo communities, which means Zongo Development Fund, no, Ube Chim, you will cancel it and use District Assembly Common Fund. Fiifi way Ayagin fa. District Assembly Common Fund, Honorable Ken Newohano, ask him how in Parliament District Assembly Common Fund is always a subject of controversy. Said it is not enough for the district assemblies to run their development projects. Because you don't have an idea how to run Zongo community. So I am just saying to you, sir, apart from the credibility issues, NDC simply has no idea how a country is run. Because if they had an idea, Honorable Kenaka, out of your 63 years of independence, Omunkwa running Ghana 27 years. Omunkwa 27 out of the 63. 63 will be divided amongst 8 different governments.
Including military
average
regimes.
4 years, 5 years. Yes, governments and regimes. And what it means is that say Omaino will be a one. Na say Omaino Shebreno Enya. The biggest cause of that is the NDC.
Utie Asempa 94.7 FM. Jumedi a majority caucus. Honorable Kenohine Japan MP for Asin Central Constituency. Dr. Mustafa Hamid, the Minister for Zongo Development Ministry, and a feeding Komo Ewa Hasebidini Fiifi Boafo. I think a day you've mentioned industries and I say Numa Nanado administration. A BAB and HSA. But we are competing with a number of administrations. Four. But as Mbisane say, beyond industries, no, a day na President Akufo-Addo aye and it is our share and bo. It is new manifesto man. You bet me I rely on.
Fee, me don't see. I mean, cabin show. Na Ghana for NTNE. What is interesting is that any pam ye no a omo contesti. Obi our record to show say. Adi say inti na se monto mama. Amuntie new. Akufo-Addo say oba ye no employment our create 2,055,000. What does it? 2,055,000. Mahamazu Oba in 4 years, Oba created 1 million jobs. Now Obia, created 2,055,000 jobs. And Obi also Oba created 1 million jobs. Into 1,055,000 no. Ombesa kwatinefi. Say graduate unemployed association was at the Abano.
He will maintain them.
Obedan will maintain.
But he says Obe maintain.
But just say 250,000 and now they and look, and no cry as of June. A lot of people are getting jobs from some new factories in here. I mean, guys, I'm sure. MPP 2 million jobs. No? And yet, Okujeto a black one, the NBR. E.T. Mensah, Onuankasa Minister for Labor and Employment. Ekokase Onudie, Ohunu se Oma create 1.5 million. Ti mamobobo ebisu nchiro.
Okay.
Public sector, 778,706. Public sector. Okay, Ministry of Health,
Asempa
Education, Trade, Public sector. 778,706 jobs have been created. A private sector, they've employed 267,939 people. Then institutions are agencies are created 1,008,000 people. Enti so kabo mo mami breaking it down omo de na omo ka omo ntimi am breaking enti 1,008,365 no. I say the government program through which jobs were created are planting for food and jobs 762,300. Nation Builders Corp, 100,000. National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan, 92,000. National Identification Authority, 35,380. Outgrower Value Chain Fund, 7,254. Ghana Commercial Agricultural Product, 11,431. Oba public sector also, I say, of the public sector jobs created to date, or half of the year, which is 2020, 84,183 are under the forest plantation program. 65,000 for health and medical personnel. 74,000 teachers and non-teaching staff. 6,718 are lecturers in tertiary institutions.
Wow.
And 184,593 are employed through Youth Employment Agency and among others. Niami, I am a dewum. Now,
I still think there are
next time,
a number of them crowd
baby,
and yet captured.
so Coco Boardman, so I can ya, many am a dewum back. Next time, what are you afraid? It be a while, you can't. I see a substantiated with videos, tapes, now. Sure. I see. There has also been significant job creation by the private sector, for example, through the revival of Anglo Gold Ashanti, Obuasi, since its restart from June 2018 to June 2020. It has employed 4,163 people. And on the mine rehabilitation project with 78% of $502 million so far spent directly to 39 companies are employ Ghana for $502 million. Namuntia I will who somewhere na a woman ada omu bie Anglo Gold biem a somewhere otun for you until and person we yanka me wo yi na nam de aba otun for say NDC abreso factory na egu no Anglo Gold for say omu twaman $1 onfa $1 kura onfa and also omu nya botre ne akoka kire mahama say emponu say galam say for na hadwen wo de ontwa asase ni bi ma ho enti onko protect here wase ontimi mfa soldier for the police for enko protect you
Asempa FM
and ade ni gu enne wase ni enti I am anije I am awrehu ni say asama say ye ton ade ma me $1 manya man topu enne akufu ado bae and ye bie sa factory FF nipa 4,163 companies are almost creating jobs for Ghana for 500 million, $500 million. And I could do Sika abekrum. What do you say? Enti se obi create 2 million jobs. 2,055,365 jobs. Now Oba also do create 1 billion. I was expecting Mahama to say, Akufo-Addo say, so we're creating jobs 2 million in 4 years. Media in 4 years, make creating 4 million jobs or 5 million jobs. Near who say, who are vision that we have to hold you accountable. See tomorrow. But who also Oba. Obia created 2 million jobs in 4 years. Would also be creating jobs in 1 million. 1 million jobs. It will be one or say the man.
Or should I hold day no can you beat me?
Now, Ghana, me say, and your jackpot na kotu, no I try and look. Obia yam ye who say, Sir, a baby bet me a back. I'm a graduate unemployed for and ye jumaye. A baby bet me a back. I'm a Ghana ma and ye jumaye. Now listen, labor force no ni say. You want kola between 18 are up to paying for up to 60. Because you 60 alcohol pension. From 61 for no aircon. Labor force itself, so on your business
Asempa
and
FM.
pension to Oman count. And at 1 to 17, almost so income. The labor force, you have about 14 million. 14 million will be the one term. I created over 2 million jobs. What do you say? So how can you then tell me, say, Obi aye 2, Obi boss man 1, was a 2 man, I'm the bar. A good father so or in progressive 2 million, I'm a retrogressive, how? It is not possible. So it tells you, say, the man doesn't have vision. Namuntie omwa kasa ayiwa. NDC, page 19 of their manifesto. I say the financial sector will be sanitized and emphasis placed on the growing Ghanaian participation in the economy. We will put an immediate end to the vindictive targeting and collapse of indigenous Ghanaian businesses and its attendant jobs. Let us go to page 28. Page 28. Then Mahama comes to admit, say Omar Bresso, they collapse the banks. I say financial stability, development and inclusion. Under the previous NDC government, a number of efforts were made to promote financial sector, deepening and greater access of financial services by individuals. In particular, the NDC government embarked on a program to improve financial sector oversight with a wide range of institutional reforms and the passage of a number of new financial sector laws in 2016. These includes A, the Bank of Ghana Amendment Act 2016, Act 918.
Asempa FM.
B, the Banks and Specialized Deposit Taking Institutions, Act 2016, Act 930. The Deposit Insurance Act 2016. The Security Industries Act 2016. Recapitalize National Investment Bank and make it stronger to provide long-term finance. Establish a financial therapy center to support households in financial crisis.
Financial therapy center.
Yeah, another one. Establish a financial therapy center
Don't we all need a therapy?
to support households in financial crisis in their collaboration with the School of Business, University of Cape Coast. Can you believe that? I'll say the BSDR Act 2016 and the DR Act 2016 addressed a number of regulatory gaps, such as consolidated supervision, dealing with cross-border and cross-sector collaboration in banking. The DR Act, which is the insurance, 2016 also provided a comprehensive framework for dealing with distressed banks. Distressed banks.
So there were problems with the banks at the time.
Yes.
An admission.
Yes. I say, following the severe energy and commodity price shocks, which impacted on the banking industry. A, an asset quality review exercise was launched in 2015. You have to take the date into account. 2015. Akufo-Addo was not in power. 2015 to ascertain the true state of health of banks in their industry. Asset quality review.
But Ken, sir, banking sector issues here. The NDC position, John Mahama articulating the say.
Asempa FM.
Problems, yes, they admit there are problems, but they do not agree to MPP and as another. I remember what she say. Yemma banks in internet chain. Na anas yenko mum nyanya bako. But they felt say, well, yanko suani and fesika and for mom because that's the only way you can protect their jobs.
Wait a minute. I'll answer you. Well, see, the AQR exercise was updated in early 2016, and the results showed that banks were at various solvency levels. NDC manifesto, page 28. Omwakasa ena admit. Memo hobium. Was AQR exercise was updated in early 2016, and the results showed that banks were at various solvency levels. Yes. Omwakasa, where the moment first to you.
This was predicted by Vice President Dr. Bami at the time was candidate.
A recapitalization and liquidity roadmap for the banking sector was established, and the affected banks were requested in line with S1053 of the Banks and Specialized Deposit Banking Institution Act 2016 to submit credible capital restoration plans with clear deadlines.
Credible
Capital restoration plans with clear deadlines. A new minimum capital requirement of 230 million for banks was to be announced in early 2016 to be met by banks end 2019.
Asempa FM.
Are you the one to sanitize banks now? Are you, with your own admission?
So the record just given the another opportunity.
He can do it. He can do it because when you look at
the worker children does not convince you. Say, well, after all, what's the son?
When you knew all these problems, and you gave liquidity support to Unibank, 2,380,000,000 Ghana cedis without collateral or security. They call it security. Osama 652 million Ghana cedis. That one with security. In all, it's about 2.96 billion.
Still. And a Ghana Sika.
Ghana Sika taxpayers can ye. Taxpayers. We know me and I grow out here go ye now. We see can buy tax at it. We go on why a tax at it. No pay your mouth do for. ABM UT Bank on my liquidity support without collateral 860 million Ghana cedis. And that 860 million on my Ibrahim Engineers and Planners, Holman Brothers, Jata Cement, 267 million Ghana cedis out of the 860 million. Then you go to the Paul, that bank was my baby, Paul. Atuesian, on my liquidity support of 620 million Ghana cedis. What the Ghana must go and the Congo Kui. Now, what is annoying? A child say, Mahama, a true na all the on to me, and we have to be careful. Me say, what it says, Kadima woman. On one Casa Begina Hakachira, 2016, February 25th,
Asempa FM.
State of the Nation address said the Bank of Ghana, Ashashahai Ama Ghana Banks, no, Eguna DKM, a pyramid scheme. Ama Oma Boka in excess of 77 million Ghana cedis. And there is in the paper say about 74,000 DKM customers fully paid. A car or no bottle.
And Bank of Ghana and Shehaina normal candidate was under his stewardship as president
yes,
of Ghana.
as president. As president. And it's a usha sa banks here a good report how they indicted the Bank of Ghana, especially the Banking Subdivision Division. They knew all these problems and they still gave them liquidity support without
so
security.
my mental point is that's you. Of course, you can bet me I can say Bank of Ghana is independent, but you have leadership in the country. So I realize this problems we were within this sector. You find solutions and bet me is our problem if you. And at the time he was president, when to me and provide any leadership or policy direction,
precisely. That is all I'm saying. When to me and my policy direction. Yeah. So if he comes to tell you, say, in page 19, paragraph 6, say the financial sector will be sanitized. That is why I'm referring you to on one page 28. his admission or NDC admission of their failed behavior, attitude, management, Emma Banks egu. How can you then say, Obi Awaba, 4.6 million depositors, Esika, Eshi, Akufo-Addo the 21.62 billion Ghana cedis, and Abeshim to protect depositors' money. Now, why would this Sika Emma on Yon Kufuor me a TTB Baumuano? Why not say a dear Jumanama? Mumienu, why? Oh, this Sika Emma UT Banker and a Unuyakwaji mu 267 million. Jata, Cement, Holman Brothers, Engineers and Planners, Kofi Job, no Ibrahim Najee, the end of the man, through Beige Capital, Nyoma Basa, and we. Then within 3.5 years or 4 years, Ubakachi said, you are going to sanitize the banking sector. Why you be paying? So when you be paying, we would have given you benefit of the doubt. But you have been in power, vice president, president, plus president. What do you mean president? Some have mills you Odi
president.
And Sana was already in 4 terms. Now when you're greedy, or Sape another 4 years. Ghana for who and cost. Look, even farm managers, investments, our musika eshi 81,700 investors. Akufo-Addo has given them 3.1 billion. Security exchange. That is what is going on. Savings and loans, 6 billion. Those banks are a collapsing, 13.5. Ukaboma unya 21.6.
So Ken, what is a NDC criticism this well? A year or time a year to donate and
men coming in baby hold on.
Ghana for Juma. How do you feel with this information?
Yeah. Ghana banks. Ghana Commercial Bank, a Chinese for there. Consolidated Bank, a Chinese for there. Kayo. NIB, Yamenengu, a Chinese for there. Omni Bank, a Chinese for there. Prudential Bank, a Chinese for there.
Fidelity.
No, Omonkam.
Okay.
A Greek bank. And Omwa Ibrahim Bank from Zako Fire. Car merchant.
Merchant Bank.
UMB. Yeah.
UMB. All these banks, through amalgamated trusts, they injected 800 million to support these local banks. And you are telling me we have collapsed Ghanaian banks? You are telling me we've collapsed Ghanaian banks? Abra yenya di sika aso omasin. Omuana omuya insolvent, but omu problems no enye so severe. Ti say we no. They help them. And they are now on their feet. That is why we have stable economy. Because without the banks, we couldn't have run this economy. So the decision by Akufo-Addo and his economic management team, for that matter, Dr. Bawumia and Vice President, it was timely intervention. I guess I can COVID you better know. Now you save 4.6 million deposits. Now what Bakachi said, now you are coming to sanitize. And Mra Ohunu said, Obejina ho February no Okano. If he wanted to sanitize the banking sector within 3 months, he could have done it. He could have done it.
And save the banks from collapse at that time.
What you say? He could have done it. But Nam said, me what document mommy I'm planning a year in Yamra because where would the platform MPP for one? Me what document I make him a year chira. They only send message to a bank and say NDC way man $1 million.
Message?
Yes. Yes. Ghana Fontaine yo media me kanama mini trunch na woda. Mamunya mistake. Because NDC for they are naturally born bad and liars. You know why? In 2013, March 11th, now NDC President Kufuor National Health Insurance or the buy. Melsi Bejina was I assume our 2008 election. I mean, I'm Kufuor why as ni insurance na etua afi bia no amama ze me ba enkotua biem etua kropa enkotua biem kapmede ebewu one time premium.
Now they say they will give you primary health
in me bay me ba me ma evidence ne owie minianum omai mu ayedin petrol otimita no maji so dabi ensu etimita dabi electricity etimita dabi amameze me ba metal do boom 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 3 months yeah mistake ekotuma mills 3 months na petrol otumu boom ensuo boom electricity boom national health insurance otumi ye that in 2013 wawu kono a Mahama take over March 11th muntie ni ye March 11th and Ghana private hospitals Roman Catholic hospitals no eko strike say national health insurance and DC government enti omuka enti omu hwobia na me free Kumasi and eba Fosu and I'm say Fosu radio station so me catch me go do one na me call hospital eni pass some ho so omu nyadwuma because omu nye national health insurance I gave a check of 30,000 Ghana cedis na muntie wo kotro man DC ni adwene ho omu ya wudifo papa omu nyi no bia ho ohia ni owo wiase omu do ye propaganda said they are for socialists they are not NDCMCE ewo Fosu eti se me ma sign me personal check and they come Fosu Roman Catholic Hospital. He went there, he drove there to warn the sister not to take my check. And yes, sir, obeti adiebisi.
Sedenti.
NDC for you.
Yempesi yebeka se MPP ni.
Muwa. Na NDC for what to Muwa. Emwa. Ene yari. Enti mungu. Mimi di misika koma me personal check. Common fan grano muniska when I'm so okay, no problem. A great bank check. Is there? Mr. Ukaya and Kamiyi di Bechero.
Check now, Troy.
Yes, it's there. Na near I will who say. Sister no, nursing sister or sort of Spain. Ochro say, we gladly receive your check, but we are sad. The authority has asked us not to take your check. I'll bring you the letter. Is there now you show you? I want there too.
I have Asempa 94.7, but most of our members of you, maybe Ken, so we're asking, say, Enye Biano, a day na Akufo-Addo, aye as president of our country. And intino, or see a Muji say, or shay and boy, bet me, oh, Papa, we or can we now aye.
Now we start a question, Fufro.
I'm surprised.
Who is that question? Would you my country of 2 million jobs, 232 factories?
I still want him to give me more.
Me. Mami Kami area. Oh, book here me cray. Here we are live on Facebook. This is update on progress of work 2018 to 2020. 10th August 2018 Amemeba Zongo Development Ministry. Ehun ejumani. Ehun ejumani.
Just less than 4 years.
This is 2 years of me my existence. Me count Honorable Boniface Diano from 2017 no. About August 2018 no. Western North region in here, Asawenso English and Arabic School, modern ICT laboratory, Bibiani Old Town Primary School, modern ICT laboratory, Bodi 6-unit classroom bro, Juaboso 6-unit classroom bro, Akotombra, these are Zongo communities, water system, Bibiani, Ginasi, Seshioso, Kumewu, these are ICT laboratories in Asante Zongo, Kumewu Zongo, Benevolent School, Mibo School needing, so that one better they can go to the school and check. Obuasi Sakafia Islamic School, Tepa Ibrahimia Islamic and English School, Ejura Community Center, Asawasi Watania Islamic School, Uba Educational, Atakrom Ewechuman Ponua Zongo, 6 classroom bob, Abofo Zongo, Offenso South, Agogo Zongo, Asante Akim Central, Barikesi Echuman Wabe. You know, I can go on and on all over.
Just as Zongo Ministry.
This is just Zongo. Zongo Kwan. Zongo and NDC are taken for granted since 1992.
Maybe from my teachers are Zongo.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Arabic teachers instructors program. First phase, second phase. You're advertising mama. You know how many applications we received? 20,000 Arabic teachers and I apply to be employed under our Arabic teacher scheme. Abra ya apply say we have 3,000 vacancies here. Before 3,000, no, the applications are 20,000. That is how Zongo communities were deprived. Meanwhile, this Arabic teachers program, President Kufuor na deba first. NDC bar 29 no muchemu. Say Zongo for there, forget them. What do you want to do for them? Oh yeah, then you sure NDC. That is how for granted they took Zongo people. Now we are transforming their lives, and you are coming and pretending. Maybe can't other sector may come in there because meteha and now Obiaka say okay, who casa is planting for food and now one casa area no there and may come in the area. Actually, what we have done. Look at the Madina. Go to Fadama and see the football stadium we are building for Fadama, to name it after the national chief imam Alhaji Osman Nuhu Sharubutu. So, Masa, I think say Ghana for Muma Yemfa again, say Honorable Ken Ekayan.
A final question.
Yes.
A day and the war ye nimwa. Senana Kufadunya 2 mini bill for the next 4 years because you're asking for 4 more.
Yes. To do
what will be the more Nanadu will do for Ghanaians?
First of all, the more that we will do, we will continue the massive industrialization process now starting. The Honorable Kennedy Japan kind. You know when we industrialize Ghana no near BC because you be increasing your export and reduce imports. Say the Honorable Ken kind. You reduce here, a best strengthen CD no. A strengthen CD now businessmen. Ebetimi invest properly, expand your businesses in Yesika. Employment and unemployment also because of the massive industrialization. Agriculture, you started 202,000 farmers. Say you were 1.2 million farmers on that program. If we push it to 2 million, 3 million farmers, you will see. 2016, say crab body if you could answer na yedidi. What is obi a crab body bio? Videos of body ebu ewo agogo area essay. So it shows the same.
Western North about 3 weeks ago, and there's a new project Akoko Body rehabilitative farms there.
Yeah.
And then Omudia body So our expectation was that farmers no be to me at on body.
Asempa FM.
And they tell us they say their body no bua mayanto.
Ebu. Inti me nua de ye be ye second round and say ye be depend some processes here. Ocean railways ya ka say bauxite Giadec bauxite development planner ye wono. If we complete it in our next term with the railway lines running through Nyinahini and everything, it will open up this country, and I mean there will be a boom. Still development. There is still deposits in Sheni in the northern region. That's why I say the railway need be FIND that area, the Burkina line, to go to Burkina. Until the next stage of our transformative processes, Nominia, a big country na ama all of our economic zones, atimi ayeden aye juma. Okay. So that will be for railway development, economic development, and then I've talked about agriculture. Meanwhile, Oba works and housing. Yakase, our next government, the bigger focus will also be on works and housing.
Okay.
Together with Building and Road Research Institute, we intend to say you be promoting really low cost housing for young startup people. Obia betimi you're not there. I'm not talking about $100,000, $50,000, $60,000 houses. And yeah, no be. Because the research is there. Building and Road Research Institute. You bet me use local materials and they are building affordable. So housing would also be a central plank of our next government's campaign.
Well, yeah, Rapa, but remember, Ken Sunafi, the NDC is offering us healthcare, primary healthcare. They say they'll give us free. Or remember, yeah, drive Okada, free. They talk about tertiary education. They are offering
Asempa
Ghanaians.
FM.
So now private schools will benefit from free SHS policy. What is the MPP offering Ghanaians after when you get a 4 more? No, Nanado, any MPP do
will be a question maker. May the corner fee answer way.
Okay. We have just 7 minutes to go.
Is a my bosso. Honorable Mustafa question will be on the Ghana police. You buy not the whole Ghana police vehicles. Now 478. Didn't make a choice of fat. NDC 1, NDC 2, NDC 3, NDC 4. Never boom. And then 4 years, 3 years of a Kufuado. Omunya 1,500 vehicles, 3 helicopters. Bisa since when police fonya 3 helicopters. Soldier for Lebanon, and how many police for you call Lebanon? Near momu $31 a day. $31, no. Oba Ghana, and Sanya Betriaka could tria bribe and a trio diamond. Emra!
Police will shall bribe now, you Sika.
Yeah, yes, Ukwa, young Fesicani Mao, and now they are told you come back to Ghana. No one could tria bribe and sana wow Sika call war torn area no at the amount. That was 31. I could afford to buy $35. Ewa bosumi no waji a day no ya kana bosumi a boom. No waji, who pay no ho. Me papa, Mr. Father Kobe. That time Oban. Or the total fridge in any TV, you know, a demunium, you know, price near cheaper. Oba so in free. When we became, just Oba, seek a DNT. Omusika Crano
Asempa FM.
Oshe, military. Amo Casa, Yato Amawu. Intisa, NDC address no more. What you say? For school feeding. School feeding, no more 1,697,000. You buy it got 2.8 million, 78% increase. School feed. And they are all here. Yeah, can go check it. See a boy. And you want to no more. But the person who you may be a buy a ya. I could forward a amount free SHS. Who him? Ada Dr. Baumia, a car some way said. And next, we are gonna need ba or here ni ba didi, and we see any bed didi. Enti, we SSS, now your admission to university. A dear we here ni say national ID card. What the qua? You have my loan for 4 years. Now they are go school, university. Now so Oba, we are national service. We are another 1 year. Won't ya? Unya Juma and San, 1 year Juma na we so housing policy or the 100 million to Amma Unya Juma, 2 years advance no. Ukwaji a few running bar near transfer straight into his account. Nefe yet too. Because near air Danny said, Obi a we school. Now start here Juma. Near 2 years advance. Only be. No matter who the woman they don't progress or they don't grow. And they could for this mess of us. Or say, we have deprived areas in this country. No matter what education and we're going to support those deprived areas with $219 million. So that almost to me a basu to send your minister Eka computers no way. And so what yaba government
Asempa
with
FM.
private sector will give 2 billion Ghana cedis support to large enterprises in this country. And the government will pay 1/3 of it, which is 660 million. The private sector will contribute 1.34 billion to support local industries. And you will be the country yourself with the 2 billion ko share education more. One area na waste. And then afraid you was see oba free HSS obende. Afraid that we be
private school.
Now with him, near aya with a honey say a whole party mob dear banso pen. Move be creative jobs amusu okada. Me per se Mahama ni NDC 40 as say. Omo ka okada no. Enya hojusu no mo de ka wo. But adwuma ani ho. Na omo pese omo baye arm robbers nti. Enu omo ka okada. Any government obeba obe create enabling environment for businesses to thrive, for them to employ. These guys are not going to ride Okada. Because look, let me tell you, typical example, Ashama, almost for Nipa 45 to national security. 25 of them know me Okada for. I don't think you know me or guy be or gapo.
Better option.
Yeah, or say me fanimra or man FM and net two no mekasa no Okada and no security our gapo. So what it means is that adwuma any hunti ana omu force kotu Okada. Say adwuma wo ha omu nkoyi Okada. Inti a whole president wo bana be pedwuma ama obi aya wo si Okada. Abra Akufo-Addo buy about 6 companies. Passat, VW4 they are here. Renault 4 are here. Nissan 4 are here. Toyota 4 are here. Hyundai are here.
Asempa
Sinotruk are
FM.
here. 6 international companies assembling brand new cars. And over to me at Topolo, 10,000. Debbie, Akufo-Addo why the number say
Now, Maming, you talk about this industrialization are okay. We say you can't NDC for say doom so no any solve ye. Now almost solve doom so ansana omoko.
now the time you saw was it 7 minutes?
No, I'll still give you some
Summarize
time.
and let
The assembly band.
because
but-
quickly, I just want to give the statistics and go.
Okay.
In 2015, lights were out 868 hours 44 minutes. 2016, 320 hours 27 minutes. In 2016
Alone.
alone. In 2017, by and I didn't know 2017, 41 hours 7 minutes, and then 2018, I didn't know. This is there at Gridco. You can go and check the statistics. So on what basis? Where did you stop doing so? Where? Anyway.
Yeah. Dumso in 2014-2015, it cost Ghana $680 million.
Source.
Is here.
Isa.
Go and check.
Isa.
Yeah, you buy BDCs, bulk distributors, companies. Now NDC are buying the Omuka 1 billion. $1.003 billion. You buy Bisa BDCs for say Omsika Yetri announce.
Yeah, they issued a statement to say I'm going to the amount.
Good. Why the board can't throw to pension tier 2. Me say what can was of pension shemu krabere. Tier 2 woman tia MPP by 3.1 billion. Yetuya. Yeah. Equatorial Guinea. LPN gas.
Asempa FM.
LPN gas are NDC4 a contract with Equatorial Guinea. They charge us $2.5 billion in 15 years. Mahama a negotiate, $2.5 billion. Akufo-Addo buy no coin, so $1 billion. He has saved this nation $1 billion. Until today, we are paying $1.5 billion for 15 years. Here, take or pay. They needed $40 million a day, a month. $40 million a month. Nanka Dumso Echo. They didn't pay. But I can tell you, Osha banks risika omu diye. Woman na disika na ma omu ananka omu tumi kele Dumso. Why didn't they do it? Because Adebia Abema Ghana ni hu aton there, NDC was not prepared to do it. Emma, yabaye no. Esla loan, $6 billion. Yakwaji.
Energy sector levy.
Yes. What do you say? A car sanko for way a bottle. Bond, ya jay. Ni nyina to solve. With him. Nya yakrani electricity take or pay now here. Here agreement over here.
Take or pay nature say nipa no
O produce
electricity no.
No, we here.
Yeah, the man go for you so when you should be tiaka.
Ubetiaka.
Okay. And only contractor now.
Right.
On my sign. Okay.
Sa contract no. A car at the brain every year $2 billion. And yes, cities.
$2 billion.
Yes. Out of that, $600 million here, we didn't need it. Ghana Gas, take or pay agreement, $770 million, we didn't need it. Then we're paying, or we are still paying. And this is how come
Asempa FM.
Some of them have been
$6 billion.
renegotiated.
Amari, Oma negotiating down to 13%. And then Akufo-Addo to negotiating no mateso. Zempower, Oma negotiating down by 31%. And then and a Zempower, that bogus agreement with Quantum has been cancelled, terminated. What you say? Oma na boyaka, E&I, what cubic feet. $11, the highest in the whole world. Abrana yemi, dia you produce 0.50.
0.50.
0.50.
Less than 1.
Yeah, 50 cents. E&I agreement 11. You buy and negotiate, it's still 7.5. What you say? What Mikael say? MPP under Akufo-Addo. You can compare it to the 4 terms of NDC. For the good job we have done and the savings we've made for this country. Look, Omuka budget debt na akosoro 290 by December. I can break it down for you. Because it's 6 billion a year for 3 years. That alone gives you 34 billion. Every year, your debt, international debt, your interest, 18 billion cedis a year. Multiply by 3 is 54 billion. Multiply by 4 is 72 billion. For 34 billion, echo count.
That's over 100 billion.
Good. We are far away. We calculating about 146.
Banking crisis is about giving
21.6.
Yeah.
What they count? You calculating you have about 146 billion a car. They do not disclose. Besides the 120.30 billion officially.
Asempa FM.
You buy and what we have uncovered. A binding agreement when the country will come to a halt. We paid 146 billion on behalf of NDC. So if Mahama wants to know why our debt portfolio has gone up, God's time is the best. Now, you need that because Emra Akufo-Addo elusu ye. Because America, makuma na bo pepe. Yase me daho aname kasa kasa. Sana Nyankopon was preparing Akufo-Addo for a time that pandemic. Aye here nyansafo to run the country. Because Akufo-Addo did 8 years immediately after Kufuor. And then this for baya. What would have happened in this country? Again, you never will. Because America, any pair will. Now, Akufo-Addo nyansafo, the way he has handled this COVID. And then, 800.
Yeah.
Active cases here, 800. Any pair who have 285, as I say.
That's even a year. Not cholera under Mahama. Cholera 2015. Cholera nipa 243 in the year. Cholera. Ewa greater crap.
Oh, and this all percent. Why? I was here to my Akufo-Addo. We've done marvelously well. And Uma Akufo-Addo chance another 4 years. Now, sir, the 8 years MPP former, Ghana will be like Dubai. And your Kofi Adams, Dubai. One more value for money. They don't even know what is value. Chop, 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 chop. They only bring criminal international companies. Like the Brazilian company. One man, yeah, Kwame Nkrumah Interchange, Range Hospital.
Well, we cannot describe them as.
We can because it's in Upako Guru, some Brazilian company.
Oh, of course. How many problems?
How many problems, baby? And yet that is there. Go and check. Bribe Omidima officials. It is clear. And I'm not lying.
So they have a criminal record, but it's not a criminal organization.
If you have a criminal record, you say it's not a criminal organization. $260 million. And over the year, Kofi Adams Dubai.
Kofi Adams there.
I want to see.
Dubai.
I didn't friend Kofi Adams Dubai. 260 million. Abra. Tamamoto way. And also net traffic in you. Oh, I'm here, say President Mose. And Quartiasin or foul because, hey, Akufo-Addo, because I'm President Kufuor here malam to Yamransa no oti nani na oko Cape Coast no obisa say ehin ne ezi so president prof he do Cape Coast say yanka no kre Kufuor why as so enti wo motorway malam obechebi lamte hayi pokuase tamale oka 4 interchanges ni boma 289 million. I have one where you have was say
now they are
value for money. What you brought for ja chrono value for money. And this for ja chrono opa Courage Hospital. You bought a bois. One G Ghana for you run.
Thank you, Honorable Ken Oyene Japan, Member of Parliament, Asin Central Constituency, Dr. Mustafa Hamid, Minister for Zongo Development, and
Asempa FM.
And that's our show for Transweshia on Asempa 94.7. Majority Caucus. Have a good night and do the 4 more. See ya.